Yo, hello, welcome back to another TimeGuessr episode. We are, I believe, day 20 in a row. Today we are the 29th of March 2025, we're Saturday, and let's see what the daily round have in store for us. Oh, whoa, what is this? Russian astronauts, but are they real astronauts or is this some kind of... Everybody's wearing masks, so I have to assume this is some kind of corona era. Not sure what this is about. I know there's the International Space Station, and I believe it has a mix of USA and Russia astronauts on there. These bags look like fake almost. Interesting. It's like some kind of fabric around them. So Corona, let's say it's 2021 or 2020, one of these. I know there is some kind of big airport, or not airport, but like space station, I believe in Kazakhstan. But I'm not quite sure where it would be in Kazakhstan, to be honest. Neither am I sure if it would show up on the uh, on the Google Map thing. Actually, this is not Google Map, but I guess Apple Maps, whatever. Yeah, I have no clue where in Kazakhstan this would be. I assume it would be close to the Russia border. Some kind of flat area, maybe somewhere here. Let's take a look. Oh, I was quite far off. Well, actually, the country I guessed was correct, and the year also. But Kazakhstan is so big that you can actually be like quite far off distance-wise. NASA astronaut Mark High and Russian cosmonaut Oleg Novitsky and Pyotr Dubrov reporting to Roscosmos mission management just before their Soyuz launch to the ISS. Yeah. I keep on hearing or reading stories, but I'm not sure if it's the ISS, but some astronauts have been stranded there for like a long time. And it had something to do with NASA or like some kind of rocket or spaceship failed. And yeah, I don't know the details. I think they recently came back to Earth, but I'm not completely sure what the story there is. I listen to like a monthly podcast covering like scientific stuff like that, and I assume they'll talk about it, but it updates at the beginning of the month, so we're like a couple days out from a new episode happening. It's called Nerdland, but it's in Dutch language. Right, next up. Oh man, this is looking quite more difficult. Where could we be? What brand of car is this? Actually not sure. Yeah, I don't know the symbol on here. Actually, I think it's multi. Wait, this is a. Yeah, I really don't know what brand of cars these are. It could be a 49 is on here. I wonder if that's any kind of indication to the year. Let's say that it is, because I'm not sure. But where are we? This could be. In looking at cars like this and 49, it has to either be America or Europe, right? These cars look a bit more American to me. So when I think about American cars, like where they are created and whatnot, I always think about Detroit and Michigan. I'm not sure if this is still true, but I think a lot of the, like maybe, I don't know, I think certain big car stuff happened here in the past. It's, yeah, this is the best guess I can have. 49 is based upon the left-hand side info here. I don't know what brand this is. I don't know these logos. Maybe it's like logos that are changed throughout the years, or maybe this looks like Chrysler or Corvette or something. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with Detroit 49. Well, it is North America, but it's not Detroit, it's New York. And the year was quite close. traffic congestion on the West Side Highway in Manhattan due to roadworks. Interesting. I had no clue this was New York. I mean, yeah, it's a bit hard to make it out, I guess. But technically, we're not that far off. Like the previous round, it was also really similar distance that I was away from the good location. That's interesting. Alright, round 3. Sask. This is a lot of rounds the past days we had this where it's Eastern European. They use the E, the A, and the O with a symbol. It's in Czechia that they do this. The U, E has something. The O, the E, is it Poland? Yeah, I think it's Poland. Poland uses the O thingy, but they don't really use it on the E, it seems. But let's click on like Krakow or something, like some kind of deep, more southern, because it can be countries below it. I have to check some language stuff here. AOE, so they use like symbols on almost every. Budapest uses it on the A, the U. Yeah, I mean we're probably Balkan-ish area, but I'm honestly not quite sure where we would be. I'm not completely sure about Poland, so maybe Budapest is a safer bet because it's a bit more central. Yeah, Budapest uses it on the E and the A. Let's go to Budapest. The thing is, what year are we? These buses look a bit more modern than the black and white picture would indicate. Because I was rewatching one of my early runs, like day 4 or whatever, and I kept messing up like with the years, because I was quite far off quite often. Yeah, people look kinda modern dressed maybe. 70s maybe, I don't know, it's really hard for me to uh, like I think the black and white is throwing me off here. It's more modern than I think. Let's go with 74. 66. And the location was actually really good. The street scene in Budapest, Hungary during the mid-60s. Yeah, I was a bit off with the year again. It's really hard to, like, how do you differentiate between like 70s and 60s with this kind of info? Maybe certain clothing elements, maybe certain car elements give a clue. But yeah, it's quite difficult to be honest. Oh, what's going on here? This flag is probably a big indication, but I don't know it. Wait, maybe we can read the passports? It's not readable. Yeah, oh sorry, I had to yawn. Yeah, I don't know the flag. I think it's like some kind of Asia area here. I don't know what you call this. This is like Middle East. This is like Southeast Asia, but I don't know what you call this area. Like between Middle East and like India. I feel like it should have its own regional name, but I'm not quite sure. Like these countries are not so really well known to me. But where are we though? I feel like I should know this flag, but I'm not really good with non-European flags to be honest. Don't think we're Pakistan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Iran, or Syria is more like this way, right? Yeah. So we're either like more in this area or more in this area, and I'm not quite sure. Let's go with Damascus. And the year is probably quite modern, judging by the quality of the picture. Like 20. 20, right post-corona, like 22. Oh, I was super far off. It was more towards the east. Is it Afghanistan or Pakistan? It's actually on the border. I should have gone with a location around there. And it's also a bit older, 2013. So I guess this is the Afghanistan flag or Pakistan. At some point I have to like check out these flags a bit to if I see something once, it's like saved in my memory a little bit somewhere, and then I can recognize it in the future. Maybe the clothing the people wore were some kind of indication. Afghan custom officials checking traveler passport at Torkum Gate, the main border crossing between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Yeah, it's interesting. They have like a three-country point here. I like points like this. It's actually on a mountain. Malek Siakoch. Yeah, that's really good round score-wise. Last one, I guess. But this is Denmark, I guess. Yeah. Or, man, these flags. Yeah, it has to be Denmark, right? Yeah, I mean, it looks like a Nordic, Scandinavian-ish kind language. Has a little bit of German influence, but also the AE thing. Yeah, it has to be Denmark. Structurally, or whatever you call it, like the buildings and stuff. Excuse me. Actually look a bit Dutch. Like if you didn't have the flags and the language on the building, I could say this is Belgium or Netherlands also. So it has to be Denmark. Yeah, in Denmark there's only really one option to go with in my mind. It's Copenhagen. The year? This is gonna be really old, is it? Yeah, I have a similar issue. I wanna go with really early 1900s, like 1910 or whatever. But they have like a cable cart tram thingy, which I associate with like a bit more modern. Maybe we're like somewhere pre-World War II. It's hard for me to say because it's like it can be more modern than I think it is. The clothing is throwing me off a bit, but there is also a chance that it's some kind of event or whatever. And actually, I think I just left this like the original, and right is probably some kind of enhanced, upscaled, restored type of thing. I really don't know when this is though. I want to go with pre-World War II, but the tram card thing throws me off because I don't know when they had this. Actually, I was reading a book about my region, like Zeeland and Netherlands, and they used to have a very um vast, expensive tram and train network, and it was between 1900 and like World War II, I think. And then it got removed because the need for trams and trains was lower because everybody started to own cars and stuff. So if I use that kind of uh, knowledge, let's go with like 34. Oh, it's way older still. I think I was on the right track with the way I was thinking, but I had to go way older. Ah man, I wish I took my own some more serious with the tram thing. Like I don't know exactly the years the tram stuff happened, but it should have been a good indication. Children's Aid Day, an annual charitable event held in Denmark to raise funds and awareness for children welfare. What's the final score we got? 33. That's actually not really good. I want to see if I can find the info that I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to. It's in Dutch, which is a bit annoying, and they don't have any kind of map on this. But Zeeland is the province. Like I'm half Dutch, and this is my Dutch province. And it's saying that from 81 to 53 they had a lot of trams in the province. So yeah, I was basing my guess on this info. Okay, here we go. This is my exact area, Zeeuws-Vlaanderen. Yeah, between 87 and 49, they had multiple tram companies active. But maybe we can see info if we click on this. Yeah, here we have some map stuff. I'm from like this is a bit. I'm from this area here, like this little corner. Like I'm half Belgium, half Dutch. We like from both parts. And you can see. I assume the yellow lines are old railway things. None of these exist anymore. Interestingly enough, a lot of them actually got like asphalted and are now like cycling bicycle paths. But yeah, this is 1930s. It's crazy how much stuff has changed. Anyway, that's it for today. 33,000 score. Could have been better, could have been worse. The train stuff in Denmark is interesting because I think the story is really similar than what I was showing. Yeah, the border thing I messed up and the first 3 runs were quite decent. Alright, that's it for today. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.